Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 10th annual A Salute to Teachers, in person and live streamed from beautiful Hahn Hall. Please welcome President and CEO of the Music Academy, Shauna Quill.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to welcome everyone to Hahn Hall and to this very special event. While this is my first opportunity to be part of A Salute to Teachers, we at the Music Academy are deeply committed to the partnership we have with our local schools and for the opportunity to celebrate with you tonight. For the past 6 years, we have had the pleasure of providing this beautiful space to honor you, our distinguished educators. We are also in the 6th year of fully funding the free Sing after-school choral music program, the incredible choristers, your students who just left the stage. Let's give them another round. With support from lead program sponsors Mercedes Millington and Jack Methune, lead corporate sponsor Montecito Bank and Trust, and additional support from the Walter and Holly Thompson Foundation and the Music Academy Auxiliary, 200 children from more than 30 schools in our county learn, rehearse, and perform together in Sing on some of the biggest stages in our community, but none more important than here tonight, honoring the educators who devote your lives to them. I hope you enjoy every minute of tonight's celebration. And now it's my absolute pleasure to welcome your host for this evening and our Santa Barbara County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Susan Salcido.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, good evening. My goodness, I am just so delighted to be able to welcome each and every one of you to our 10th annual A Salute to Teachers. Pretty exciting, very exciting. I am so grateful and so honored to serve as your county superintendent of schools. And I am so excited to be your host for this awesome, spectacular, amazing, wonderful event tonight. I want to say to each and every one of you how very, very special it is that you are here. All of the efforts you made to be here. I heard outside the shopping that happened today, the planes, trains, and automobiles that you took today. All of the efforts that every single one of you took today means so much to all of these teachers, all of our teachers, truly. And I know the reason you're here is to celebrate teaching excellence and to recognize 8 excellent teachers. I want to call out one teacher right now. You may have arrived a little bit early and you wondered, is it in my head or am I really hearing the voices of angels? We just heard some, but we also heard others from Cabrillo High School, the Madrigals from the Lompoc Unified School District, who were conducted and directed by a teacher we honored last year, our 2023 Santa Barbara Bowl Performing Arts Teacher of the Year, Jennifer Peterson. We want to say thank you to you. Here are you. Thank you, Jennifer. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. And to Shauna Quill, thank you so much for the warm introduction, the incredible explanation of the dedication that you have in the investment to the students in Sing. And thank you again for inviting us all back here to the spectacular Music Academy. What an incredible canvas for this exquisite event for teachers. Thank you so much. This is Shauna's first week here as president and CEO, coming straight from New York, and is doing a fantastic job, A+. Well, at the Santa Barbara County Education Office, we've long recognized teachers. Since we've existed, we've been able to honor such distinguished teachers, but it was only 10 years ago that we started A Salute to Teachers, which changed the whole realm of how we celebrate. And so I'd like to invite you right now to take a look back, at a very brief look back, at a very special decade. Special evening. Here we are at the exquisite Han Hall. We're joined by friends and colleagues streaming in online, live with us right now. Such bright energy powered by all of you and all of us together. I can't wait for you to meet 8 remarkable teachers and take a peek into their classrooms and their lives as we hear from them tonight. We have several award categories that we'll be featuring throughout the evening, and we'll begin right now with our 2024 Santa Barbara County Distinguished New Educator Awards. In the field of education, we rely on the infusion of fresh ideas, collaborative approaches, and invigorating creativity that we so often find in our newest teachers. These Distinguished New Educator Awards are for teachers in their first 3 years of teaching, whose talent, skills, and innovation are already making major impacts in classrooms throughout Santa Barbara County. Here to present our first Distinguished New Educator Award winner is Dr. Mary Jean Vignone, Fielding Graduate University alum.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Mary Jean Vignone, a proud Fielding alum and an associate faculty there, also the president and executive coach at Success Reach. Tonight, on behalf of Fielding President Dr. Katrina Rogers, I'd like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to all those dedicated teachers across Santa Barbara County. Let's first celebrate the incredible winners of this prestigious award. You're beacons of inspiration within our communities and role models for the students you serve. The teachers today we honor consistently to go the extra mile to elevate the teaching profession, enhancing teacher-student experience in our schools. To recognize this outstanding achievement, Fielding is offering an exclusive $9,000 scholarship for a doctorate in education through our Leadership for Change program to any of tonight's awardees interested in pursuing it. As we say in Fielding, change the world, start with yours. I'm delighted to introduce our first 2024 Distinguished New Educator Award winner, someone who's already making a profound impact on their students in a short span. Described by his mentor as a teacher who seeks potential scholar in every student, and by his principal as deeply committed to inclusivity so that all students feel they belong. Let's get to know Ryan Hudsel, a science teacher from Goleta Valley Junior High, with the following video.
Teaching so far has been fun and a lot of work. I think that every day I'm really stressed until the bell rings, and then as soon as I'm teaching, I feel like I get in that flow state and everything just comes easy, and it's really exciting and fun to see how things are going to work out every period.
Ryan is a teacher that builds a classroom where students feel they belong, and he provides high quality instruction, and he meets students where they're at so that they're able to access that instruction.
Ryan is really intrinsically interested in teaching and in science. He really is motivated to bring in new phenomenon, new ideas, make things interesting for students so they want to learn, really delving into the standards, making sure that he's hitting the standards so that the students learn and can progress into high school and be prepared for that.
He definitely shows genuine interest in all of his students because I see him always communicating with every student, no matter how quiet they are. He's always checking in on them.
The most important part of my job is trying to be like a motivator for why students want to come to school. Like they want to look forward to a class and like science and want to learn more about how the natural world works. My mentor, Brad, has helped me through everything. We would spend like countless hours after school developing curriculum, developing tests, and comparing work. And I think that most of the teacher that I am now is because of Brad's input throughout my first year, and I think I'm an infinitely better teacher because of Brad.
He looks for interesting, relevant, and local phenomenon to motivate students to learn. He's really been instrumental in helping me, and I guess me helping him achieve those goals.
Ryan is an amazing colleague to the people in his department as well as the teachers across this school. He seeks out guidance, he asks questions, he visits other classrooms. He shows a level of confidence in the classroom that is way beyond his years.
The thing that drives me the most about being a teacher is when students are able to make connections and get that like light bulb moment where everything clicks. And especially it's really gratifying as someone that wants to see them connect all these different domains of science together, and to see them do that on their own is like really awesome. The problem is that a lot of people think that science isn't for them at a young age. So I wanted to get in, especially at a younger age, like junior high, and teach science to get people to think that they can think scientifically and that they are scientists.
Please help me welcome to the stage the 2024 Distinguished New Educator, Ryan Hudsel.
Hello. Let me adjust this. All right, so every year I start off the school year by trying to stress the importance of collaboration to my students, and I do that by showing them my research papers when I used to work in a chemistry lab. And they see the long list of 17 co-authors who contributed to just one single work. So what I want to do tonight is acknowledge my co-authors who helped write this first chapter in my teaching career. First, I want to thank my parents. Hi, parents. Thank them for doing anything they could to always make me feel loved and that I took care of myself. Thank you for not freaking out too much when I suddenly became a teacher instead of a pharmacist. Next, a thank you to my mentor, Brad Pincala. I truly believe that you have made me an infinitely better teacher because of your dedication to helping me grow as an educator and advocating for me as a person. I cannot thank you enough for that. Next one, I would like to thank my principal, Clancy Chu, hi Clancy, and my MTSS, Jan Ferrer, for always being there to guide me and support me through every new scenario, and also for not judging me when I accidentally sent an email at 9 p.m. instead of schedule sending it. My next one, I would like to thank my co-coach for Science Olympiad, Janae Slater, for helping me navigate our program. There isn't a coworker I'd rather spend Wednesdays and Thursdays, 3 to 4 p.m. in room 314 with. Lastly, a thank you to my sounding board and sometimes my co-originator of my best ideas, my partner, Eleanor. The greatest gift I ever got from teaching was meeting you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tyler Duncan, and I'm the president and CEO of Rusty's Pizza Parlors. This is truly a pleasure to present the next Distinguished New Educator Award this evening. Many of you know that Rusty's was started right here in Santa Barbara, but what you may not know is that Rusty's was started by a teacher. My late mother, Carol Duncan, taught third grade at Foothill School in Goleta. And so, throughout our history, we've supported our local schools, our community, and our teachers. So tonight, I'm delighted to present the next 2024 Distinguished New Educator Award winner, Sammy Lambert. She is a chemistry teacher at San Marcos High School who describes teaching as her most fundamental passion as a human. Her classroom is a collaborative environment where students thrive in shared problem solving and mutual support. Highly regarded by colleagues and students alike, let's get to know her now.
When I think of Sammy, the first thing that comes to mind is incredibly generous. Generous with her time, generous with her heart and her passion. She can show students what it looks like to give 100%, to be passionate about science, to be a critical thinker, because she applies all of these to her own work. So she's really living the practices that kids are supposed to be learning in her room.
When she taught me chemistry in the spring of last year, I put everything I had into the class because I wanted to. Her class made me really want to try and put my best foot forward. She kind of made me love science. Before I took her classes, I had really no idea what I wanted to do. And after I took chemistry last year, I kind of want to be at least a scientist and maybe even a chemist just because I like the class so much.
To me, success means that all kids are able to ask questions. If you are comfortable in a setting, you're willing to question things around you. I mostly became a teacher because I had teachers that I didn't want to be like. I wanted to make sure that everyone felt like they had a place to be who they wanted to be and thrive with what they wanted to be learning. So it was really important to me that as a teacher, I just make sure that everyone feels like they're included in my classroom.
We have an incredible science department at San Marcos, and it's led by several powerful women, including Sammy. They have done an outstanding job being role models for all students. She also brings this incredible warmth and friendliness with her students and is just doing an outstanding job creating relationships with kids that might not otherwise be that interested in science.
Chemistry is hard. Chemistry is tough. It takes a lot of work to learn it, and one important thing the kids have taught me is just be patient with us as we get to know this subject. And then I think about how long it took me to learn it, and I'm like, yeah, I get it, I got you. So learning how to be patient, that's important.
I had to nominate Sammy because she's such an amazing educator. Through her excellence and her passion, encourages the people she works with to work harder, be more creative, and achieve more in our classrooms. I was super lucky to have her as a mentee, but to now have her as a colleague has made me a better teacher. And what more can we ask of our colleagues to make us better each day than we were the day before?
Please welcome 2024 Distinguished New Educator, Sammy Lambert.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. I also want to take a second to congratulate Ryan and Julio on receiving the Distinguished New Educator Award. It feels really special that science repped so hard in the category this year. Being recognized with this award has been a strange experience for me. As a natural pessimist in the first few years of my teaching, it's been easy to focus on things that went wrong. A lesson that bombed, a demo that worked the night before, but of course, as soon as I get in front of students, it stops working. Sometimes it's hard to remember that there are things that I'm actually doing right and focus on the positives. Like the fact that only one student has lit their hair on fire. That's pretty solid for 2.5 years of teaching. I love my job. I work incredibly hard to make sure I'm creating an authentic and exciting environment for my little chemists to thrive, and I feel supported in this because I've had the absolute best mentors in my higher education career. I wouldn't be the educator that I am without having learned from an absolute powerhouse group of women who've inspired me and reminded me it's okay to fail a little, as long as we quickly learn to fix it for the next time. Darby, I hear Darby laughing because she knows it's her. I love you. So this award is dedicated to all my favorite people, my mentors, my husband for being mostly cool with me for coming home late every night, the San Marcos High School Science Department, and my pyromaniac students for being the little weirdos that make this job super fun and also reminding me that I too need safety glasses during lab. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Eric Melsheimer. I'm the president of Melfred Borzall, and it's my privilege to present our final Distinguished New Educator Award. This is the third year that I've had the opportunity to participate in this event, and for me, it's been refreshing and rewarding to learn more about the positive things going on in our public schools and about the amazing educators that are making it happen. Right now, with so many other challenges, it's important that we have occasions like this to really celebrate the profound impact of these teachers. And now it's my privilege to introduce a teacher who embodies the essence of commitment and compassion in education. Our final Distinguished New Educator also just happens to be a science teacher and is described as an extremely important member of Delta High School's community. Julio Molina brings his training as an electrical engineer to his students, inspiring them with engaging instruction that's both rigorous and approachable. So let's learn more about his remarkable journey and impact.
The thing that drives me as a teacher is I want to add value to every person that comes into my classroom. I want them to feel included and just get more of whatever it is they need.
I nominated Julio because I think he's an amazing teacher. He's easy to work with, he cares about the students, he has a lot of knowledge in his content area, and he makes it understandable for the students.
I didn't like science, but when I met Molina, I came to this school, I came into his class, I felt like, oh, like this is very interesting, like I want to learn more about it. He made it more interesting. I enjoy science now. And it's because of him, he knows how to teach it well.
I know that somebody's a good teacher when I can walk into their class and I get lost in the lesson. I'm looking to my right and on my left, and I'm noticing that all the other kids are equally, tuned in and involved and all the rest. It's the part of education that you're like, yes, now we're in that flow, now we're in that groove, and the magic happens right at that moment. And that happens all the time in Julio's class.
My mentor has been fantastic in redirecting the way that I'm thinking about something and giving me positive feedback and telling me that, hey, some of the things that are going on, that's actually really, really good. So having her experience makes me feel better about what I'm doing.
He wants the instruction to matter, he wants to be part of the team, he wants to help the students in a way that makes it meaningful to them. And I just think he does a great job with it. He connects with the kids. And it's not just about the content and just about teaching, it's about helping the whole student.
When I reflect back across just a few years that I've been in the classroom, the thing that I'm the most proud of is that students can get excited about the content, but in a very disarmed way. It allows me to be able to get to know them and them to get to know me, and at the same time, we're learning about electromagnetic fields and waves.
He's never give up on me. He's never doubted me.
I always love just being along for the ride and watching colleagues take their natural ability and then expand it. And Julio's already doing that, and I have every confidence he'll do that for years to come.
I think the most important part of my job is having students feel that there is somebody that cares. That's it. Just having a student understand that somebody somewhere cares about how they're doing.
Please help me welcome Julio Molina.
Wow. Thank you to the team for putting that together. That's amazing. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored and humbled to receive this award. Thank you to the Santa Barbara County Education Office and our generous sponsor for this incredible recognition. The journey that led me from being a 7-year-old immigrant refugee through careers in electrical engineering, a collegiate volleyball coach, and now finally a high school science teacher was shaped by educators and friends of education like yourselves who chose to add value to my life. From my second grade teacher who welcomed me to the United States on my first day of school, to the exceptional staff at Delta High School who make going to work a wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you to my principal, Nate, and our dean, Glinda, for your valuable advice and support. Thank you to Antonio, our superintendent, for always dropping by to say hello on your visits to Delta. Catherine, my mentor, for taking the time to nominate me for this award. I appreciate all that you do. Thank you to my mom, my sister, my brother, for teaching me what it means to persevere. Thank you to my children for letting me be dad. Thank you to my mother and father-in-law for being so supportive of our family. Thank you to my wife. You are an incredible educator, and your unwavering commitment to your student inspires me daily. I'm driven to pay forward the kindness that I received along my journey. My goal is to create an inclusive environment where students feel valued and empowered. And to my past, present, and future student, thank you for the privilege of being your teacher. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you.
Right now, we are in for an extra special treat. 2024 marks the 100th anniversary of Old Spanish Days Fiesta, a celebration of the diverse culture and rich history of our county. As is tradition, each year, one individual is selected to represent the entire Old Spanish Days festivities as the spirit of Fiesta. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a former Dos Pueblos High School student and current Santa Barbara City College student, a performer in Fiesta since the age of 3, and who this year made history by being the first male ever to take the title, our 2023 Spirit of Fiesta, Jack Harwood.
Por donde quiera que mira, la luna se une más. Por donde quiera que mira, ya es una gracia especial que Dios a Cádiz ha concedido. Ya es una gracia especial que Dios acá ha concedido. La estrella de noche besa el mar y la luna celosa rompe a llorar, niña, rompe a llorar. Y la estrella de noche besa el mar. Que sí, que no, que te quedas en el camino, que sí, que no, que sí.
Outstanding, amazing. Thank you so much, Jack. Wow. Oh, as many of us know, the arts in our schools are, for some students, the reason they love school. Our partner, the Santa Barbara Bowl, definitely knows this to be true. In fact, they award $300,000 annually in outreach grants that directly support arts education countywide. Through this partnership, we select a performing arts teacher of the year who ignites passion and artistry and creates spaces for students to feel and be connected in school. Here to present our 2024 Santa Barbara Bowl Performing Arts Teacher of the Year Award, please help me welcome Santa Barbara Bowl Outreach Program Manager, Lindsay Cook.
Thank you, Susan. We are thrilled to partner with SBCEO in supporting arts in our local schools. Good evening. My name is Lindsay Cook, and I'm the Outreach Program Manager at the Santa Barbara Bowl. The Bowl's outreach program is committed to supporting youth performing arts and is genuinely inspired by the teachers we work alongside. Our work is only possible through these invaluable partnerships. The Santa Barbara Bowl Performing Arts Teacher of the Year Award celebrates the remarkable people who energize a love and passion for learning and inspire the next generation of artists. This year's Santa Barbara Bowl Performing Arts Teacher of the Year goes above and beyond to create inclusive programs that welcome students of all abilities, backgrounds, and talents. She challenges her students to be courageous and discover their creativity. And due to the safe spaces she cultivates, students have a place where they can express themselves. I'm sure you'll notice the connection she inspires in this video featuring Elisa Carlson from Ernest Rigetti High School.
Teaching was not my first career, but it has been hinted throughout my life, mentoring students, working at high schools, painting sets. And then when my youngest daughter went back to school, I joined her, I became a sub, and I fell in love with it, and it became my second career.
Elisa came in and she grew the department. What made it so special is without a big venue. We have the black box theater, we have the small productions. When you don't have a 400-seat theater that serves as kind of like a visible reminder, hey, drama happens at this school. Drama happens at this school because of Elisa and the work that she did. I can't overstate how important she's been to the program, but more importantly to our kids here on campus.
When you have friends and you have an environment where you feel comfortable and safe, which Miss Carlson makes for everyone, she makes theater feel like a comfortable space because of the way she acts and the way she treats people, because it gives an example for all of us how we should be treating others.
Miss Carlson's students come from a variety of backgrounds and different social cliques. I know it's very important for her to make this place very safe for all of them and feel accepted. She does a great job, and she's such a caring person that permeates through her teaching.
Well, my students tell me what they enjoy most about my classroom is the atmosphere. They all feel welcome, they all feel comfortable, they all feel respected, and I couldn't ask for more.
I watched her work with one of the students that was coming from one of the middle schools. Happened to be a student with disabilities. She had the students in a circle, and they had to step out and say something. And watching him do that so early in his time at Rigetti, that was eye-opening, and it shows the impact she has.
I really appreciate that the arts give you a safe space to express yourself and discover yourself and be in the limelight for even just a little moment.
All kids need something to feel like they belong, and her providing this theater program with all the different avenues that they explore, it's really cool.
The learning that they do, the real life learning that they do in here, translates 100% into how they feel and how they present themselves across campus.
Beyond what we can contribute career-wise, students are learning through the arts skills that will help them as human beings to connect with other human beings, vulnerability, empathy, working with other people, which bonds them to people, and they learn how to form friendships, to be confident in themselves, and having a place where you can face your anxieties comfortably is a very significant role that I play, that the classes provide, that this industry provides. Without theater, there's a spot missing for everyone to have a place to belong and to shine and to participate.
Please help me welcome to the stage Elisa Carlson from Ernest Righetti High School.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you to Santa Barbara County of Education, who recognized the blood, sweat, tears, gaff tape, super glue, and glitter that are vital parts of running a performing art program. You have rolled out the red carpet and made me feel like a queen bee, despite my best efforts to dodge the spotlight. What a humbling out-of-body experience. Most humbling is the company I keep. My hardworking peers put in hours to produce wonderful events and provide safe spaces crucial to our students. With this honor, I thank my colleagues who encourage healthy risk-taking and creativity to as many students as we can. Thank you to my students. You drive me, and when the going gets tough, you suck me back in. While I have the mic, I'd like to tattle on my superintendent and my principal, because actions speak louder than words. And I'm lucky enough that my support starts at the top. Of course, Antonio Garcia attends our big district productions, but he also shows up in my small but mighty black box theater. My principal, Ted Lyon, an incredibly active leader and role model, is guilty of nominating me for this award. Be careful, Ted. This only encourages me to do more. Before Ted, there was my mentor turned friend, Shauna Van Groningen, whose kindness and generosity knows no bounds. Together with Marie Golden and Celine Harwin, we brought collaborative theater into our district, but teaching in the pandemic trenches bonded us for life. I'm grateful to my colleagues who are lifelines like Ricardo Gabaldon and Michael Shaw. I'm grateful to the gift of new friendships. Cheers to my drama mamas, Jen Peterson and Sarah Barthel. No one can thrive in the theater without support. And being a transplant, my connections were built from scratch. So my community of friends have become my family, without whom this would not be possible. However, it is my husband and 2 daughters, especially the one still at home, who sacrifice the most to support my passion, to support my students. So thank you for building, gluing, taping, and in every other conceivable way supporting me down this path. Dave and MJ, I adore you. This is a true honor. Thank you all.
Once again, congratulations to Elisa for this award and to the Santa Barbara Bowl for elevating arts educators throughout our community. Arts education allows children to transform, discover, and thrive. Wouldn't you agree? Hello, everyone. My name is Ellen Barger. I am Associate Superintendent, Curriculum and Instruction for the Santa Barbara County Education Office. What an incredible honor to be standing in front of you in this room full of talented, innovative teachers and educators who commit your lives to the most important work a person can do, investing in other people's children, in our community, in the next generation. And we cannot imagine a more generous and grateful community of partners who share in our desire to recognize you tonight. At SBCEO, our mission of service and leadership to 30 unique, vibrant school districts and charter schools provides us with the opportunity to witness countless examples of exemplary leadership, thoughtful instructional design, and expert teaching. We know that the ability to teach with the capacity to inspire is not simply an innate gift. It develops from your disciplined practice, planning and refinement, collaboration, and from intentionally building relationships with your students and families day after day after day after day. It is because of this dedication that we return that commitment, investing in the lifelong learning and development of the more than 3,600 educators in Santa Barbara County through our credential programs, our networks and workshops, through communities of practice and a robust grant program. We support educators throughout their careers, and nothing is more important in a teacher's development than the support and care of their selfless mentors. Mentor teachers are the lifeblood of our schools. They rarely step forward for recognition, but they always step up to take on challenges and invest in others. Mentors are an incredible mix of both wisdom and wonder, humbly committing to the development of their colleagues, cultivating a culture of learning, and creating an inclusive school community. I am thrilled to present the first award in this next category. Each of these three 2024 Distinguished Mentor Award winners were nominated by fellow teachers who benefited from their guidance, support, and modeling. It is my honor to introduce the first 2024 Distinguished Mentor, Victoria Aguire, a first grade teacher at Hollister School, who is a leader and a true role model who brings creative expertise to her teaching and mentorship to the entire school. Please enjoy this video about Victoria.
Mentorship is vital, and I didn't realize that coming into the profession, honestly, but I'm very aware now how much it's helped my growth, and I'm grateful to continue to have a mentor who is really genuinely passionate about creating these new amazing educators.
I think my most important job as a mentor is to provide purpose and context for people who I'm supporting. Context precedes competence, and for us to fully understand anything, we need to understand why we're doing it.
Victoria is an amazing teacher. She is passionate about the profession. She glows when she teaches. She's really inspiring.
Mentorship is so important because you get to take these things that are happening in your mind and get to bounce them off of someone who's more seasoned and realize it's actually okay. And sometimes you just need to get it out and to talk about it, or to write about it or reflect on it.
The way she is with students is honestly inspiring. It's shaped my classroom management. She's got them more engaged than any educator I've ever observed. They're excited to be at school. They're singing all these songs. And I mean, they're just at the edges of their seats and they're learning and they're really, really growing. You see it in the data, you see it in the work that they're producing and the things that they're creating. I couldn't wait to be that masterful. And I immediately picked up things from her that I still use and I'm going to use for decades, I hope.
She really has taken on the role of a leader on our site and really helps teachers develop their skills. She's very empathetic. She's a great listener. All these skills really help her support young new teachers that have come in, and she helps them problem solve and figure out how to help their students learn and grow as well.
What drives my teaching is the impact of student lives, obviously later in life, and especially for students who look like me or look like my family members, statistically might be in cycles of marginalization, and to be able to break those and be a part of breaking that. And then on the day-to-day, seeing their little growth every single day and knowing that that compounds to that greater life impact is what drives me.
Please welcome Victoria Aguire.
Good evening, everyone. I feel so honored to be recognized alongside these phenomenal educators tonight. My teaching journey has been and continues to be rich with challenges, support, and encouragement from my mentors who consistently help me discover the gold that I carry inside myself. They are who I share this award with tonight. I want to thank my first mentors, my Mexican parents, who are my greatest example of a life of service and resilience. I love you. I also want to thank my remarkable husband, Caleb. Thank you for your steadfast love and support. I want to thank my colleagues and students at Hollister who teach me so much every day. Jason Lomolino, thank you for teaching me the importance of asking questions. Thank you to Abby Vasquez for your empowering vision and for nudging me toward mentorship. Thank you, Imelda Delgado, for helping me grow through my first 2 years of teaching and modeling tranquility and perseverance. And thank you, Mateo Ochoa, for your nomination and entrusting me with your incredible first years of teaching. My heart is so full of gratitude and humility tonight, knowing that I get the responsibility and the privilege to also call out the gold in others. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Sheridan Taphorn, the sales manager for Newshawk, and I'm especially honored to present the next 2024 Distinguished Mentor Award. As a valedictorian sponsor, Newshawk is proud to support Santa Barbara County educators, and we thank you for your continuous hard work, dedication, and passion for shaping future generations. Your unwavering commitment to children's education is truly appreciated, and you make a positive and lasting difference in our community. Santa Barbara County is blessed to have educators like these honorees who are not just teachers, but also mentors, role models, and sources of inspiration. Your commitment to nurturing the potential in every student and teacher is a gift that keeps on giving, and the impact you make on their lives is immeasurable. Our next 2024 Distinguished Mentor, Natalie Durban, an instructional coach at Liberty Elementary School, is dedicated to helping teachers improve their practices and achieve greater student engagement and outcomes. She provides resources and guidance to support teachers with successful implementation, in addition to working directly with students. She is known to have the gift of seeing the full picture and knowing how to help teachers confidently reach their full potential. And now join me in watching this brief video to help us get to know a little bit more about Natalie.
Quality mentorship is vital when things become difficult, and it's important when things are going well. I find a mentor does their best work being off stage and just helping people put their best foot forward. And so when I find that I can help teachers with that, it definitely makes it worthwhile.
Having a mentor has played a huge role in how I've taught. There are a lot of things that I don't know yet. There are a lot of things that I thought I knew that I was completely wrong about. And just having that person that I can go to that can just kind of guide me and teach me is great, because it could either work for me or give me new ideas of what I can do myself.
Natalie is an amazing mentor. We are so lucky to have her at Liberty School, and I wish she could really mentor everybody. She sees the whole picture, but she also knows individual needs and understands the education.
The way that she mentors is very laid back, but also makes you feel very comfortable in knowing that everything's going to get done.
She's really good with students. I watch Natalie and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can learn so much from her. She can get pretty much any student to do anything because she's so approachable and warm, and that humor pulls them in, but then they will follow her anywhere. And we're very fortunate to have her guidance here at Liberty.
She came to my class for reading groups. She reads books and she helps me read more better. Every time that she would come, I would learn different words every day.
Natalie specifically goes above and beyond. Like, she will constantly check on me, make sure that I'm okay, not just as a teacher in the classroom, but just as a person. Because if you're not, how can you teach the students? And she's been there for me every step of the way.
My hope is that people just find joy, whether it's students finding joy, teachers finding joy, Instructional aides, custodial teams, everybody. I find there's so much joy we have on our campuses, and if we can just look for that, we can definitely continue.
Please help me welcome to the stage Natalie Durban.
Man, they should show the video after so you don't get emotional. Okay, thank you for being here. I would like to thank my family for giving me the unconditional love and support that allows me to do a job that I am passionate about. You give me more strength than you will ever know, and I'm honored to share my life with you. I'd like to thank Santa Maria Bonita School District for allowing me to be in a role that I know I am truly meant to do. I would like to thank my mentees, the one I have now, Mariah, and the ones I've had in the past. It is your enthusiasm for teaching and your fresh new ideas that continue to drive the work that I do every day. I would also like to thank the mentors that I have had throughout my career. I have been truly blessed to learn from the most incredible individuals that have made me feel confident, invincible, and loved. Miss Bozina and Mr. Johnson would tell me every day, you are the exact teacher your students need. They changed my life, and I hope I can be half the mentor they were. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff Green. I'm the CEO of the Santa Barbara City College Foundation, and it is my honor tonight to present the final of our Distinguished Mentor Awards. Like all of us here tonight, I believe that there's really no better investment that we can make than education. And I was personally raised in a family of educators. I'm proud to count my mother, father, brother, 2 aunts, and 3 uncles, all as public school educators. I'm also fortunate in my day job to have the opportunity to regularly see outstanding teachers in action, working with students of all ages, and seeing people that have really been transformed by a teacher. Someone that went beyond just the classroom work, really reached out, mentored them, went far above and beyond to help them find their path and to succeed. And tonight is particularly special for me because the woman that I have the pleasure of introducing is a remarkable teacher and leader at the school that both of my children have attended. And I also have the pleasure of serving on the board there. And she is passionate about her craft, and I get to see this daily. By building a strong, welcoming classroom community, she lovingly holds her students to very high standards, helping each of them believe in themselves as much as she believes in them, each and every one of them, each and every day. So I'm delighted to introduce 2023 Distinguished Mentor Award winner, Tiffany Gonzalez, of the newly awarded National Blue Ribbon Peabody Charter School. Let's hear a bit more about her.
I think mentorship really means Tiffany Gonzalez when I think of that word, because she has been such a big mentor, friend, and also just a supportive team member.
Tiffany Gonzalez is just one of our experienced educators here, and she's just a huge part of the kindergarten team. Really, it's her work in the classroom, and I think that she has both intuitive skills that make her exceptional in that role, and she's also very reflective. Being a mentor, she's able to share those reflections with others and make them even better.
My mission as a teacher is to instill a love of learning. I hope that as children leave my classroom and go through their educational journey, that they are always curious and love learning and feel confident in knowing that they can accomplish things that they thought were too hard.
Miss Gonzalez was my favorite kindergarten teacher. She said that everybody could be included into games so that no one feels left out and sad.
Being a mentor helped me to kind of take a step back again and back to the basics. You know, what is the goal here? What do I want the kids to be able to do?
She's such a huge part of the Peabody community. Not only is she our union president, she also just makes everybody welcome. That was the example that she set for me, is you're not just a teacher in the classroom, but you're really a big piece of the community.
As teachers, we do so much above and beyond what people even know that a teacher does. So to be recognized for the hard work and dedication that you put into something that you're passionate about feels really good. I did it not knowing that this was an outcome, that I could potentially be nominated for something. It definitely feels really good to know that I was able to be a mentor to someone that felt, good enough to want to nominate me for this award.
Please welcome 2024 Distinguished Mentor, Tiffany Gonzalez.
Thank you. And I second that you should have shown the video after the speeches. I got a little teary-eyed, sorry. Thank you. I am honored to be recognized as a distinguished mentor this year and to be in the presence of so many dedicated and amazing educators here tonight. I want to start off by thanking my colleagues who are always there for me and who are my forever mentors. I go to them every day. I'd like to thank my administrators who have always been there to support me. A huge thank you to my family for encouraging and supporting me in the pursuit of my dream to become a teacher and being my first mentors in life. I wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for you. I'd especially like to thank Corey and the teachers I've had the privilege of mentoring so far in my career for allowing me to be a part of their teaching journey. For me, being a mentor not only helps to support new teachers as they are starting off their career, but it helps me to continue to grow and reflect on my own teaching practice. I'd like to thank Santa Barbara County Education Office for giving me the opportunity to be a mentor. Thank you.
Before we present the final award of the evening, there are several individuals whom I'd like to introduce to you and thank them for helping us to make tonight all that it is. I'm going to ask a few people in our audience to stand. We just celebrated this year's Distinguished New Educators, Performing Arts Teacher of the Year, and Distinguished Mentors. We are so proud of all the honorees in these categories, current and former. To our former honorees in these categories, may you please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you. I'd like to now introduce several colleagues, the superintendents of public school districts from throughout Santa Barbara County. I'm going to ask you to stand, and if you wouldn't mind, stay standing. Starting from the north and moving our way south, from Santa Maria Joint Union High School District, Antonio Garcia. Santa Maria Bonita School District, Dr. Darren McDuffie. From College School District, Maureen Donner. From the Santa Ynez Valley Union High School District, Andrew Schwab. From the Goleta Union School District, Dr. Diana Galinda Roybal. And from Peabody Charter School, Damian Barnett. Thank you for being with us tonight. Our Santa Barbara County Board of Education members proudly support our local teachers with their representation countywide. Allow me to introduce Joe Howell and Nadra Ehrman, if you would please stand. And we know there are several board members from school districts and colleges here from all over the county, and we are so grateful for your leadership and for celebrating with us tonight. For board members from school districts and colleges, we'd love for you to please stand and be recognized. We are so fortunate in Santa Barbara County to have elected leaders like our board members and the next group of public officials who engage in the important work of representing our communities and supporting our teachers. Please help me recognize State Assembly Member Greg Hart. Thank you for being here. City Council members Oscar Gutierrez and James Kiriaco. Representing Congressman Salud Carbajal, Erica Reyes. And representing Senator Monique Limon, Jordi Scully. Tonight's event is all about celebrating teachers, and you might notice that there will be no auction, no fundraiser, and after this program concludes here in Hahn Hall, we'll enjoy a hosted dinner and beverages, dancing and music, all because of the generosity of our event partners. To our presenting valedictorian sponsors, many of whom have been with us since the very first A Salute to Teachers, we thank you. Fielding Graduate University, Melfred Borzall, Newshawk, Rusty's, Santa Barbara Bowl, and the Santa Barbara City College Foundation. Also with us from the very beginning, thank you to Montecito Bank and Trust, our salutatorian sponsor. On our honor roll, sponsors who have had a long history with us, as you can see on this slide. Thank you to our honor roll sponsors. And our Teachers' Pet sponsors have also given generously year after year. Many of these listed sponsors also contribute to gifts for our teachers prepared by Santa Barbara Gift Baskets. Thank you to our Teachers' Pets. And finally, a very, very special thank you to our founding sponsor, Cox Communications. Nearly 30 years ago, Cox Communications established the concept of a salute to teachers in San Diego County. And 10 years ago, your team joined ours at SBCEO to reimagine this celebration for Santa Barbara County. We are so grateful for the partnership, the opportunity to share this occasion with you each year, and for your generosity as we work together to create this beautiful occasion. It is my pleasure to invite to the stage Vice President of Cox Business, Jody Duva.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Susan. On behalf of Cox Business, I am so proud to be here with all of you and sincere in my thanks and admiration for all educators. What an honor to be part of this special occasion to celebrate each of you. Cox Business powers connectivity for K-12 education throughout the Santa Barbara South Coast, from Carpinteria to Goleta, as well as local businesses that support innovative learning throughout our region. Our team works closely with so many tech leaders throughout the county to support students and educators in an age when learning isn't confined to the classroom. It extends to devices, the home, and remote access. While we honor excellence from educators today, I want to also honor the IT teams who we work with to ensure their cloud operations and access to the internet are never in question, so technology can deliver on creating a frictionless student experience to remove barriers to learning, crafting an effective, easy, and resilient experience for educators and faculty, and accelerating technology modernization to support the future of learning. Tonight, I want to thank you for being the pioneers of a new learning environment, and we believe now, more than ever, how important it is to invest in our teachers. So thank you to all of the honorees for being a model of excellence for teachers everywhere. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to welcome to the stage Kirsten McLaughlin, Santa Barbara Market Vice President for Cox Communications. She's my colleague, a friend to this entire community, and a dedicated supporter of education.
Wow, what an amazing evening, celebrating all of our dedicated teachers across this county. This is always one of my favorite events of the year. Before I jump in, please join me in a few special thank yous. Tonight would not be possible without the tireless work of Steve Keithley and his team at the County Education Office. He's not coming out. He waved from backstage. And Eleanor Gartner and our amazing Cox Communications team. Thank you all for bringing this year's salute to life. Cox Communications was founded by a teacher, James M. Cox, 125 years ago, and supporting teachers, local education, and the communities we serve remains a top priority for us today. In addition to our ongoing investment in our network and services here in the Santa Barbara South Coast, we are deeply committed to bridging the digital divide. Work we are doing hand in hand with so many amazing partners, including many of you here tonight. Our collaboration with the County Education Office, our local school districts, Partners in Education and their Computers for Families program, and other nonprofits help to provide our students and their families with the digital tools and information they need to be successful. Our programs like To Connect to Compete, Connect Assist, and the Cox Digital Academy, as well as our partnership with the federal government's Affordable Connectivity Program, I always trip over that one, the ACP for short, all help to ensure everyone in our community has access to reliable and affordable internet. Thank you all for being a part of this important work. As the daughter of 2 educators and a product of the Santa Barbara Unified School District, go Royals, Sammy, it's an honor to celebrate the tireless work of our teachers and all that you do to support your students and our community. Thank you. And now, it's time for my favorite part of the evening, the final award, an honor going to an amazing educator who exemplifies everything we are celebrating tonight. To join me in presenting the Santa Barbara County Teacher of the Year Award, please help me welcome back to the stage Dr. Susan Salcido, and join me in another round of applause in gratitude for her incredible leadership and all she does for our students, our teachers, and our community. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Kirsten. It has been such a special evening, and I can't wait to present to you, with you, our final award, our 2024 Santa Barbara County Teacher of the Year. Each fall, we invite our 20 districts and 10 charter schools to nominate individual teachers from their district. The SBCEO Teachers Network and an esteemed selection committee rigorously review applications, interview finalists, and conduct classroom observations before selecting the Teacher of the Year.
It is truly a remarkable achievement to be nominated for this award. And to be a Teacher of the Year award finalist is quite impressive. Finalists for this award are among the very best educators in our community. Along with your school districts and your students, we are incredibly proud to celebrate you tonight. Will this year's Teachers of the Year finalists please stand, and can you all join me in a big round of applause? We have another group of very special guests tonight, previous Santa Barbara County Teacher of the Year award winners. Joanna Hendricks, Allison Blanton, and Frank Karoshek, all of whom were California Teacher of the Year finalists as well. Kelly Choi, who was the very first Teacher of the Year at our first Salute event 10 years ago. And Chris Mullen, who was also a California Teacher of the Year. Please stand and let's have another round of applause.
Our 2024 Teacher of the Year serves to represent all teachers in Santa Barbara County. As an ambassador for public education, this distinction is one of education's highest honors and highest responsibilities. Our Teacher of the Year is the sole representative for our county eligible to apply for the California Teacher of the Year Award. And this year, our very own County Teacher of the Year was indeed selected as California's Teacher of the Year.
Susan, we are so tremendously proud to celebrate this remarkable educator who is a model representative of all teachers here in Santa Barbara County and statewide. This social science teacher from San Ynez Valley Union High School has been described as the indisputable heartbeat of his campus. I love that. Placing students in the center of his teaching by giving them ownership of all that they learn. Our entire county and state are incredibly proud to call him Teacher of the Year. Let's get to know him a bit with this video.
Teacher of the Year means to me that this is the person that we hold up to be exactly what we want all teachers to be. The significance, the influence, and also the encouragement that you give to young people. I believe Greg expresses that at all three levels.
What sets Greg Wolf apart is his desire to play. He really doesn't want to impose content on anybody. He wants to play with the content. With his students, they want to play back with him. He's not forcing it. It's just who he is as a person. It's who he is as an educator.
Teaching is much more of a social emotional support role than it is about the content as the primary purpose. For me, relationships are the most important thing. Switching to project-based learning, now most of the class period I'm spending connecting with them one-on-one, and that really elevates even more, I think, the classroom culture and gives you much more time to give one-on-one support based on the needs of each kid in that moment.
Mr. Wolf makes me feel important. I think one of the biggest things that I struggle with at school is I've always never understood why we just do work and then it just gets graded and then we forget about it. All of his assignments have been brought up or shown to other classes. I just really like that he showcases our work throughout the whole year and doesn't just forget about them.
When I walk into a classroom, if students aren't as engaged as I think they should be, they always turn to the door. And when I walked in there, I didn't see that. Saw them really engage in the discussion that Mr. Wolf was having with them.
Greg Wolf is extremely student-centered. He loves being with the students. They feel his genuineness, and they just want to be there. He's the kind of teacher kids want to hang out with at lunchtime and just be part of his world.
It sounds like cliche, but I think the main part of his objective of teaching is making sure we retain the information and making sure we have fun in high school.
If things get loose and it doesn't look like, school used to look like, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's something worthwhile is not happening. Conformity is not necessarily conducive to good learning. Authenticity is.
I really appreciate how Mr. Wolf teaches. Some of our assignments are like videos or projects or like presenting to the class. He kind of strays away from the textbook. I really like how he teaches interactively.
From colleague to classroom personality to lover of history to somebody who can roll with difficult times, Greg has it all.
Mr. Wolf is probably my favorite teacher at the school. We have a lot of great teachers here, but he definitely stands out.
I think Greg continues to challenge himself and his teaching practice. And so when I have younger teachers come in, if I said, this is what the epitome of teaching should be, that's where I would send them to. I would send them to Greg's class.
When I came into this profession, I wasn't ever sort of thinking about or anticipating recognition at this level. But it's really nice to be recognized for the work that I do on behalf of the students. And so I feel like it's very validating both for them and my colleagues, in addition to myself. So it's been a privilege.
Please help me welcome to the stage 2024 Santa Barbara County and California Teacher of the Year, Gregory Wolf.
All right. Well, thank you and good evening. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this touching recognition. Being honored first by the county and then by the state unequivocally validates my efforts to put my students at the center of everything and allow them ownership of their own learning. I look forward to utilizing this opportunity to further champion a student-centered approach to education, which should fundamentally define how we structure learning in the 21st century. Teaching is arguably one of the most challenging and rewarding professions. Since the first day I entered the classroom as an educator, I knew I had found my calling. Because of the ups and despite the downs, I've never regretted the decision to dedicate my life to teaching. I believe relationships come first. Good learning rarely happens without a good teacher-student relationship. If we don't open our hearts to our students, we cannot serve them to the best of our ability. And equity is also crucial. If each and every student does not feel seen, safe, and valued, then there is more work to be done. Learning should always be centered on the students and driven by them whenever possible. We need to inspire them to be lifelong learners, and once we figure out how to do that, we need to get out of their way. Students should have a voice and choice in their own learning, and we must find ways to leverage authentic engagement in the learning process by utilizing the content as a vehicle for learning that is relevant to them. And I would not be where I am today without mentoring, support, and collaboration offered by so many others. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife, Erin, fellow educator who inspires me every day to love all of my kids unconditionally. Thank you to my parents for being the best parents a boy can ask for and for always supporting me as I pursued my passions. And I would also like to thank my mentors and colleagues, in particular, Harvey Green, Julie Estabrook, Chris Mullen, TJ Berry, Michael Niehoff, the Dream Team, all of whom played crucial roles in my development as an educator. And most importantly, thank you to all my students, past and present, for joining me on this journey and teaching me just as much as I could ever hope to teach them. A few years ago, my father passed away after battling ALS. When I was a kid, he used to tell me that I would make an amazing history teacher one day. So of course, I wish he could be here now to share in this celebration, but I know he is looking down with pride as I accept this award on behalf of my students and fellow changemakers. This one's for you, Dad. Thank you.
Greg, did you take it all in? Did you see the whole group? The entire room? Good. As should be for our Santa Barbara County Teacher of the Year and California Teacher of the Year. Thank you so much for your inspiration. What an amazing evening of well-deserved recognitions. As we prepare now to conclude the ceremony here inside Hahn Hall, and before we continue the festivities next door, I'd like to take a few moments to share some closing thoughts. 10 years ago, in 2013, the Boston Red Sox beat the Cardinals to win the World Series. And for any of us who mark our years in Taylor Swift eras, we were between the Red and the 1989 albums. We hosted our first A Salute to Teachers saluting Kelly Choi, and California Teacher of the Year, Greg Wolf, was ramping up to start his very first year of teaching. It would probably be pretty cliche for me to say, gosh, everyone, time sure flies. But it does, it is, and it's true. In fact, I'm going to guess that most of us could relate to the feeling like time has a life of its own right now. How many of us have thought recently, wow, yesterday was a long week? This phenomenon is not new. Over 2,000 years ago, the Roman poet Virgil wrote the phrase tempus fugit, which translates into irretrievable time that flies. Doctors at Harvard and Cornell have confirmed that how a clock measures time and how we perceive time are different. And here's what they found. For children, time is often perceived as elapsing slowly, scene by scene. When things are interesting and stimulating, time for children feels like it slows down. As adults, we tend to experience the opposite. The more interesting and intriguing, the faster time flies. Some say this is related to how long we've lived. A 5-year-old feels a year is long because it makes up 20% of their life. For someone who's a youthful 50, 1 year is just 2% of their life. They say that time speeds up the older we get. For all of us, it can sometimes feel like we're on a merry-go-round, dizzy with tasks, checking our calendar multiple times per day, certain that the date just can't be right. Well, when we're racing in double time and when dealing with pressing and enduring challenges like we are today in education and across the world, it's important that we double down on savoring the positive. As shared recently on the Hidden Brain podcast, the negative can hunt us down, swamp our attention, drive agendas. Our brains are actually hardwired to pay attention to the negative, and we tend to be influenced by it. There's a science to savoring the positive, and it has to do with actively, intentionally, deliberately, aggressively pursuing the good, the positive, and the pleasures in life. Positives can too easily hide in the background and wait in the shadows, and it's up to us to notice them and lift them up. And that's why it is so important tonight to savor this moment, actively amplifying what's right and good. And what's right and good? New teachers who infuse sparkles into the field, and mentor teachers who bring a calming, unflappable presence to school every day. And what's right and good? Teachers who transform their classrooms into theaters, who rush back to their rooms at lunch so students have a familiar place to eat and be. Teachers who show up for their students at the flamenco recital, the quinceañera, to cheer them on at the field as they round third base and slide home. What's right and good? Teachers who find ways to balance content with consciousness, tradition with innovation, and who dig deep, deep down into their reserves to give time and time again. Tonight, this is our collective way to show teachers we are doubling down to savor the positive, recognizing so much good that comes from teachers doing right. Everyone here, you being here, your presence here this evening, all of the efforts you made to be here, sends such an important message to our teachers that says, we've got you. We believe and trust in you. We respect and rely on you. We value you, and we salute you. Everyone, may you please join me in a final round of appreciation for our honorees, teachers here tonight, and for all throughout Santa Barbara County. At this time, I'd like to say one final thank you to everyone who helped make this event possible. And we say thank you and good night to those joining us at home via our live stream. And now